Shit. I'm looking for this. And then I'm going to this one, this here, save. There we are. There we go. Legend. Cool. Oh, there's someone watching already. Hi, how's it going? Notifications, streams. Oi, oi, what's all this then? Hello, Guadalupe. It's nice to see you. Oi, oi, what's all this then? And I should call it dashing. It's episode 69 minus 1. Oh, and I forgot to fill up my water bottles. I'll do that later. I'll be fine. I'll be right. Don't worry. Cool. So what's on the menu for today? Well, I have a little thing. I worked on one. I'm working on one project with him. I don't think I've done 2 projects. I've worked on 2 projects of his. There was the Nocturnal Creatures one, where one of the cut twos sort of thing was mine, and currently I'm working on his Last Parade one, where I'm at the stage where I just need to render it, and I haven't rendered it. I should render it at some point. It's due in a few weeks, so I'm gonna render it an hour before it's due. No. So here it is. I am doing a cool little thing that I think is really cool. And you might recognize the voice when we actually get to it. But I do like playing coy with information. So if you guys can figure it out, that'd be pretty awesome. I don't think he's been necessarily all that vocal about exactly what he's been putting out now, because I don't follow things on social media, but if you can gather what I'm doing. Raindow. Oh yeah, that's right, I get to use the augmented enhanced. Let's see how it stacks up. I will use the augmented enhanced. The aug model. Let's go ahead and chuck her in the center here. Just gonna move that camera. Alrighty. Body groups. I'm just gonna get rid of her tail. I'm gonna close her wings. Oh well, I don't need to get rid of her tail now. I'm not doing anything with motions just yet. Cool. So now she's looking directly at us. Perfect. Excellent. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play around with the yeah. Just having a look at the different thingamabobs. Excellent. Welcome, Masked Creator. Oh, and also hi. Okay, hang on. I need a close up on your name. 1 sec. Koprivika. Vuk Koprivica. I don't know the nationality of that language. Is it Vuk? Vuk? Maybe it's Vic? Is there a movie that only you enjoyed but other people were disappointed? I had thought that Ready Player One, a lot of people didn't like that, but I really liked it. A lot of people that I've spoken to also really like that film. It's just mainly the die-hard pop culture worshippers that the movie contained, but in real life that really didn't like the movie. Not because it was a mirror as to what they're actually looking at, but just because they mishandled the Iron Giant. Shut the fuck up. Like, okay, understandable. I understand that, the Iron Giant is all about, anti-war and it's anti-gun and things like that. But you have to respect the fact that the Iron Giant is a weapon. And no one in their right mind would refuse a game where they're going to play as the Iron Giant. Even if it's a complete bastardization of what the film actually stood for, this is video game culture now. This isn't film culture, this is video game culture. And that's one of the reasons why I really liked it, personally. Other than that, I don't really watch films typically. I don't necessarily sit down to watch new films. If I've seen films before, I like to just have them in the background while I'm doing something else. So typically speaking, it's not necessarily something that I'd go out of my way to see other films. And so I wouldn't be able to pick it off the top of my head which films that I particularly enjoy that I know that not many other people do. Tenet is another one of those really awesome films that a lot of people didn't understand, but I have that Rick and Morty IQ, so I was able to follow along with it perfectly. Let me get my synergized tunes on. I don't know if this counts as copyright, but I don't think it would. Focus. Cool. So I've just set up. Montenegro. Wolf Montenegro. So Vuk, like wolf. Ooh. So Vuk. Okay, I can deal with that. And it's Mexico, is it? Is that what ME stands for? Code for Mexico. It's MEX. Mexico is MEX. What does ME stand for? What is Montenegro? Oh, okay. Where's Montenegro? There we go. The Balkans. I was completely wrong. Oh, good lord. Okay. I can see it uses the Cyrillic alphabet. Interesting. For some reason, my brain was just like, oh yeah, only Russia and Ukraine uses the Cyrillic alphabet. And I'm like, wait, no, it goes all the way down to Greece. That's interesting, because I can see that there's different letters in the Greek alphabet than there is in the Cyrillic alphabet. But I can detect when the Cyrillic alphabet's being used. So you can see in things like Macedonia, Bulgaria, Serbia, Romania. Not Romania, though. Romania uses a different alphabet. Why does Romania use a different alphabet than all the countries except Moldova, I guess? Yeah, Moldova and Romania use a similar alphabet. But Ukraine... Oh, Moldova, Romania, and Hungary use similar alphabets. The Slovakia? What alphabet? And Slovakia. So I think it's the Slav sort of thing. I've gone on a complete tangent because the Czech Republic, Czechia also. So Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Moldova all use this this different alphabet to the Cyrillic alphabet, which Russia, Ukraine, Belarus sort of uses it, but it has a different letter in some instances. But like Ukraine, and then skipping over a few countries down to Bulgaria and Macedonia, North Macedonia, and then Serbia, there's the Cyrillic alphabet. And then Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, Czechia all use a different one. And then the Polish alphabet is like different again? I don't know. I was a complete tangent. Moving back. Hi, Black Flower and Summer Star. How's it rocking and rolling? Okay, cool. So, I'm going to... Alright. Okay. I was going to sneeze. I didn't sneeze. Alright. So usually what I like to do is I like to keep my lip sync as expressionless until I can map expressions to film to things. So I'm not going to worry about the expressions just yet. But I think I'll get like a baseline expression, which is going to be like a smirk. I'm gonna put a bit more of a smirk on the left side. Less of a smirk on the right side. Gonna have a bit of a grin. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. My brain is just like, I need it to be symmetrical. Because I also want to, I think I'll also change the jaw position as well, but I'm not wanting to fight with bone displacement during a lip sync, so here, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This is a completely separate project to anything I've worked on before, by the way. Kill it with fire. And then lip up. There it is. A little bit less. And of course, not clipping onto anything. Hi, Red Arrow 22. You're not late. You're just on time. Okay, so I need to have the maximum of that on that point. There we go. And then I gotta get that B. Yeah, a little bit of 3 in there. And then I'm gonna lower the, there it is, just like that. Isn't that a cute facial expression? I like that facial expression. I do high key have the song that I'm going to be lip syncing to stuck in my head, which, I mean, it's a testament to how good it is, but and I'm looking for the O position. Making mouth movements in SFM is indeed time consuming. It starts off as hard, and then it very quickly gets time consuming. The important thing to experiment with when it comes to lip sync is trying to feel what mouth position the character will be doing in any particular sound. So here, I do actually want to have that lopsided smirk. What am I looking for? Smirk 2. I do actually want to have that lopsided smirk there. Here, going to... and then reduce the... One of the things that I personally don't like is having teeth and then having that gap in the teeth there. I really don't like that for some reason. If there's going to be a gap in the mouth, the teeth has to be small. There has to be a proportion between it. However, if there's no gap, then the teeth can be as wide as they like. Green. See, I'm fine with that. Not okay with that. And I'm also not particularly good with lopsided expressions. But I want to get better at it because there's like, you know, I can't make a smirk without lopsidedness. What's this animation about? That's a good question. Anyway, so I haven't gotten to the main part of it. If you guys can guess what the I do like being very I want to say sardonic, but I don't think that's the correct word. What does sardonic mean? It's not sardonic. Grimly mocking or cynical. No. I like being very coy. Coy is the word I'm looking for. Coy fish. What am I? Cross. So that. Okay, so I'm experimenting with a new C. So doing the jaw closed and then mouth pucker, and then I'm just going to remove some of the smirk. There we go. And then going into that O. I am kind of hitting myself a bit, primarily because of what I'm doing right now. Hey, if you could gave you a bit of a preview on what's in the future, if you could decipher that. But yeah, so that's why I'm like kind of like it's over 3 minutes, but there's a lot of repeating things because it is a song after all. So we're going to see how that goes. So I want to make a sharp C sound. So this S sound. Okay. So here's another one of those nuanced things that I'm able to pick up based on what I'm hearing here. This can be half experience, but I believe it's mainly... It's like, I don't like using the word talent, but it's probably talent. Because like, okay, so I despise when people saying, I wish I could animate, but I don't have the talent. That applies also to any sort of art. I wish I could draw, but I don't have the talent. That is so untrue. It's unbelievable. No one has the talent to draw. You don't have the talent to draw. You build the skill of drawing. The talent comes in being able to, say, for some people, being able to imagine what they're going to be drawing on the thing in front of them, being like, okay, so this is what it needs to be. Some other people's talent is being able to deconstruct a real-life physical model into their primary shapes and being able to supplant that onto the page. Some people's talents could potentially be being able to imagine lighting something and then being able to shade it appropriately. So when it comes to the discussion between talent and skill, everyone has completely different talents, but the actual skill of doing art is something that you have to build up on. Talents are different, and that doesn't give you no excuse not to start drawing or doing the thing that you wanted to do. Is that you have to try and find your talent through building the skill of making the art. So no one knows how to draw at the beginning. You learn that because that's just what you do. It's the ability to be able to learn that thing, which could potentially be seen as a talent, but other than that. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is that I don't know how to teach how to hear voice positions in words. That, I believe, could be a talent of mine. So what I'm hearing here, I'm hearing the word across. I'm hearing the word across, right? And that's across. Across, you know, it's those 5 sounds put into one word, across, across. Now, at no point in that word is there an E sound. So it's not a cross or something like that. So there's no position where there would be the corners of your mouth pulled back and having the teeth showing, making the E sound, right? However, there's a big difference between lip syncing to words and lip syncing to sounds, and there's a big difference between voice acting saying the words and voice acting out the character. This is an example of acting out the character. Listen to this. Ready? Could you hear that sort of like fade away of the O sound? So I'll play the whole across. So I can hear a little bit of a sound in which Rainbow is no longer saying the O sound and instead is exhaling through a E position mouth. So having that out E position, so the corner's out, and is sort of breathing through a smile. You can sort of hear that she's actually smiling here. So she's saying, so you see that she's actually smiling here. You can sort of hear that. Well, I can sort of hear that. And so just lip syncing to the across, which would be doing something like this. So grabbing the O sound, grabbing the S sound, and then just making the 2 positions. So the S sound that I like to make is with grin, jaw closed, make that S, and then I might actually throw a bit of frown in there because there we go. That's better. Okay, so that's across. That's the S sound in across. That sort of works, but so this is what I think is like an unrefined thing at the moment. What I want to do is about here. I'm going to put a bookmark. I'm going to make that O. I'm going to actually wait. I'm going to grab this point and move it across. There we go. I'm going to grab this point here and move it across. Okay, I'm going to get a bit more O, bit more closed. And then here, at the end here, I actually want to get rid of some of that O. And then put a bit of smirk in there. And then a bit more on the right. A bit on the left as well. And then a bit more grin, a bit less frown. Yeah, about there. And then, actually, I should probably have the jaw open here. Less jaw closed. Okay, so that little open, close, open lip position I'm not a fan of, so I'm going to modify this one here. Oh, actually no, that's this one here. Okay, so I need to reduce the facial position here because it's not necessarily a full-on outward smirk. Get rid of some of that grin. Get rid of some of that smirk. It's a. I can. What I'm trying to get at is I can hear a sort of cheeky smirk in what she's saying here. So. Cool. Here we go. And then here, but again, thinking about like human anatomy as well is not a talent. It's one of those things like. Human anatomy is something that you can learn, right? So you've got all of this material that Da Vinci has already gone through to teach you exactly how muscles go through. There's this one little thing that I'd seen in a video, and I can't remember what it is. If you look at the statue of... Is it David? Right, if you look at the statue of David... Hang on. I just need to find a proper pose, proper picture... Is it the Statue of David? No, I think it's a different statue. What was Michelangelo's... Michelangelo. I don't know how to spell Michelangelo. Okay, all right. Oh, was it the statue of Moses? It's one of. It's in one of his statues. One of his important ones. I might actually statue's arm. Because it's a specific thing that I'm looking for, that I saw, that I thought was really awesome. And it's not in the statue of David. I don't think. Doggo be bork bork in the background. Damn. Moses. Let's try Moses. Yes, it's Moses. The statue of Moses. Here we go. Cool. So, if we just have a look, I'm just going to go ahead and do screen record here. Win screen. Shoot the shit. Live stream. Screen. Cool. Just have a look at this. Okay, one sec. It's not lunch. This isn't lunch. I may as well fill up my water bottles up. What do you want, dog? didn't get lunch. You got lunch. My puppy was barking at the mailman. He was already being assaulted by a magpie, so dogs didn't need to do much to ward him off. Anyway. But yeah, so talking about human anatomy, let's just have a look at the screen real quick. And if I just bring over the arm of Moses. Now, have a look at his hand. You see what his pinky is doing here? If you make that hand position, so if I try and do that and then extend out the pinky, there's a little muscle in the arm where if you're particularly muscular, oh, hang on. There we go. You can see this little divot in the arm here, right? I'm extending my pinky like that and putting my hand down, trying to replicate that. There's this little, oh, you can't see me, hang on. There's this, yeah, I'm talking about this little muscle here. This muscle is the one that extends when you flex your pinky here. So if I just get that and then actually put the screen on, and then I'm going to grab my camera, and then whee! It's going to get rid of the borders. Cool. So, cool. So yeah, you can see here, if I do that, you can see right there, the shading is actually pretty brilliant for describing this. That is the muscle that I'm talking about, the muscle group here. And that only shows when you flex your pinky. Look, I've relaxed my pinky, and now I flexed it, and it comes up. And Michelangelo knew that because he learnt so much about anatomy that he put it in his statues. And that is one of those things that becomes a skill and not a talent. Remember, but talent is about, for example, if you didn't need a reference in order to determine how fabric falls on something, if you are able to simulate fabric falling on something in your brain and be able to convert that to either a statue like Michelangelo does, or by putting it into a drawn piece, that could be seen as a talent. Human anatomy is a skill and it's a knowledge that you have to build and learn. And all of that just comes with experience. The thing that is so easy in things like ponies and furries is because of the fact that they are close to human, but they're not entirely human, so you can take a lot of shortcuts. It's essentially allowing you to be lazy. That's one of the reasons why I like animating with ponies, is because of the fact that, I mean, I have a lot of experience with animating with ponies, but it's also a little bit easy to get away with things because of the fact that they're ponies, not humans. So... But that's also one of the reasons why it's one of those points in favor of 3D animation being a lot, or at least SFM animation, the type I'm doing, to be a lot more difficult than 2D animation, because with 2D animation you can make a lot of just like shortcuts and you can approximate what the actual thing is, and then the human brain will fill it in for you. But in saying that, it still takes a lot of skill to determine what you can actually interpolate on for the brain to be able to fill in those cracks. So, yeah. Anyway. And I suppose like one of the other talents that I think I have is being able to look at any situation and then, or look at any situation or look at any problem and then identify all of the factors, or most of the factors surrounding it that could lead to either someone being confused or someone not using something the way that you were intending to. It's one of those very important talents that you could have when it comes to developing programs and things, but it is definitely a skill that you can learn. And that's all about just putting yourselves into the mindset of the user to determine how badly you can mess this up. And then programming everything around it so that people don't mess things up. That is one of those things that you can do. So it's difficult. I can sort of like point to and discuss the difference between talents and skills when it comes to the things that people can do just automatically. But I can't exactly like determine a strict definition of what is only a talent and what is only a skill, because there's a lot of crossover in both. So when people say that they don't have the talent to draw, like I wish I could draw but I don't have the talent, when you hear that, it's not that they don't have the talent to draw. What they lack is the talent to sit down and start drawing. So there is a sort of magic or a talent to actually being able to focus on something that you're not particularly good at the moment and still keep going at it. That is where the talent goes. And that is where the talent goes. It's not necessarily that you can't draw because you don't have the talent. It's you can't draw because you don't have the talent to start building the skill in drawing, I guess. But even then, it's not really talent. It's just discipline. So yeah, discussing the difference between skills and talents is interesting, but it leads people to feel not as guilty for not learning how to draw, because they're like, oh, I'm lacking this piece of the puzzle, so I can just feel sad that I don't know how to draw and I'm never going to start drawing because I'm lacking this piece of the puzzle. No, you draw the puzzle. You draw the puzzle that you're putting together. And then you need to build the puzzle yourself. There's no missing pieces or anything. You need to craft the pieces. If there's anything missing in your skill set, then you need to craft the piece to fit in there. And then you find that the pieces that you're crafting builds the skills in order to craft the other pieces to branch out into other art films. And then maybe you might actually find a field that you actually really enjoy, and then you can actually like, whoa, it's really cool. Like, you know, instead, you could, when you sit down and dedicate yourself to learning the skill of drawing, you start looking at things like anatomy, and then you'd be like, hey, you know what, this anatomy thing is actually really cool. Or, you know, if I would like to study more about anatomy, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'm a doctor because I like seeing all this anatomy, and I'm like, oh, that person with a broken arm looks like it could be fixed by doing, and then by learning the skill of drawing, the skill of anatomy, you're like, okay, maybe I can be a doctor, and then you become a doctor. Because you decided to sit down and start crafting the missing pieces in your skill set by just doing the thing that you were complaining about. You challenge my laziness, I will make the universe make the puzzle for me before I make the puzzle piece myself. So you're a programmer. Because that's what that is, you know? I am lazy as all hell. But there is no extent I will not go to exhibit my laziness when it comes to anything to do with computers. If I need to sit down and go through like documents and things like that to copy specific information and put it into a spreadsheet, I will sit down and spend 7 hours programming something that I can hit a button and have it do that for me, even though it would have only taken me like 4 hours to do it manually. So universal laziness is not a sign that you're lazy, it's a sign that you might be a programmer. The only thing you need to do there is then just conduct the will to start actually learning the skill of programming. Okay, so I can hear here. So, okay, now I'm just gonna go back to the lip syncing thing, and I'm gonna discuss something about like linear trend lines and things like that. Okay, so this point is an S sound. This point the mouth is like open, because there's a S sound, mouth is open here, and then the character's making the B sound here. At some point in between here, the mouth is closed. The mouth is closed, and look, the mouth is not closed. So I need to figure out at what point between the extreme of the sound where it's making as if the mouth is open to the sound that it's making where the mouth is closed. And the talent comes in being able to hear the sound profile and being like, there. That's where the mouth is actually closed, here. Pucker. No, she's not frowning. She's smiling. Hey, it is a Z chip. Or maybe a Z chip. AZG, I completely... Oh! AZG chip. How's it cracking? How's your chip cracking? Ha 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 ha. And again, this is another one of those examples of what I was talking about in the word across. At this point, she's smiling. She smiles at some time during the word board. So she's not saying board. She's not saying a board. Green across the board. She's not saying that. She's saying green across the board. Yeah, the smile. So, lowering mouth. And then here, I'm actually going to do something I don't usually do. And I'm actually going to use the tongue in the D sound. Hello, V-dub thing. How is it going? What masterpiece am I cooking up today? That's a good question. Cool. And now what I want to do is put a grin. I need to make the classic rainbow grin. Let's see. Classic rainbow. No, big grin. Big grin. There we go. And I also want a lower lip out. No, lower lip down. There we go. Shh. Alright, cool. Let's have a look. Okay, that looks green. So I might actually... There we go. I wonder who's that chanting in the background. I wonder who's that chanting in the background. Very interesting. rid of this one. Open the mouth a little bit here. And I might actually put some pucker in there as well. The left. Maybe. It looks weird from this perspective, I think, but it's gonna look weird from every perspective, actually. The dog do the balk. Alright, I need to figure out what the dog is doing. What's the dog doing? Let me just... Mother is back in the house. Mother, it is my turn. On the Xbox. Yes! I gave her a apple and a half a apple. Okay. Half and a half. And I ate the other half a half. Half squared. Haha. All right, let's see if you can determine. I've been pussyfooting around this. Let's have a look. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna grab tongue bones here. And do actual lip syncing. Like this is actually how lip syncing works. So D sound is tongue against roof of mouth. Let me just ooh, Rainbow, I've never seen this side of you before. I'm kidding, I've seen this side of all of the ponies before. Alright. So this is bringing the tongue up to the roof of the mouth. And then lowering that a little bit, and then lowering that quite a bit. That is the D. It is the D. That is the D. Cool. And then here, I'm going to grab another point and bring the tongue back. And cool. Rainbow is at dental appointment. Yes, Rainbow at dental appointment. Cool. Because you can make d, a D sound, d, with the mouth open. D. D. A dental appointment, it's both. Dentist, dental, it's the same. Same as all. Same. Alright, let's have a listen. Oh, there's another one. Okay. I forgot about this one. Alright, so I can make her smile a bit more. I thought, oh yeah, now we're gonna look at the person who's actually singing in this singing song, and then Rainbow says something else, so I have to lip sync to that. So sorry guys, I'm just gonna have to hold on a little bit more. So at this point, she's probably gonna be looking around. So here, and now I'm going to Rainbow, you look weird. Why do you look weird, Rainbow? Alright. So, the thing I like doing with go sounds, ready? I identify where the end of the O is. Cause she happy. Rainbow's not allowed to be happy. That's weird looking. So I get the start, which is this G sound here. And then here, I open the mouth. And what's this doing? And then here, it's closing. There we go. Easy. That's how you make G sounds or go sounds. I should actually. I think I know what's going to be happening. Hang on. Oh no! I'm singing the tune. Oh dear. All right. Do I seriously not have the flight suit? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Wonderbolt's poster. That's indeed. I'm looking for the Wonderbolt's training suit. Oh, not the training suit, but the actual Wonderbolt suit. Scan! Scan! Alright, flight. I legit don't think I have the Wonderbolt suit. Hang on. Wonderbolt suit. Dum da da dun da dun da dun da da dun da dun da dun dun da 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 dun doo 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 dun da 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 dun doo doo doo. Oh wait, hang on, that looks like a skin and not an actual suit. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on, let's have a look at this Wonderbolt's initiation video. This is a new ad I haven't seen before. Shut up! Alright. Yeah, that looks like a skin. Not actually. These are skins, not models. Do I have? Does Rainbow Dash have a? No. That's a shame. Well, that's a shame. Mum's trying to very carefully close the door. Just like... It's like Gmod sound effect. It's concrete scrape sound. Okay, so I won't worry about the Wonderbolt skin just yet. Actually, hang on. Wonderbolt flight suit skin SFM. Damn it! It looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. Try using words that might appear on the page that you're looking for. For example, cake recipes instead of how to make a cake. Need help? Take a look at other tips for searching on Google. Shit. There's 12. Looks like there aren't many great matches. 1,200 results. Oh, ew. Actual suits? Gross. What is this? Gmod? Yeah, it's Gmod. Okay. Okay. There's no map folder. It's construct. Oh, thanks. Dummy. Well, at least he answered his question. I would have been like, dummy. I could get the skin. Actually, no, it probably is already in there. Hang on a sec. Just 1 second there, guys. Let me just see if I can find that skin real quick. User mod. Materials. Models. VNMLP. Rainbow. What does VN stand for? Why is it VNMLP? Rainbow. Probably isn't in Rainbow, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a go anyway. Rainbow Dash. Oh, bodysuit. Oh, fucking moron. Add override materials. Model. Materials. Body. Add attribute. String. Base texture. Body. Suit. Wrong. Rainbow Dash. There we go. Found it. Changeling's trying to find that disguise be like. That's funny. I like that. That is actually really funny. No, that's I appreciate that. And of course, gotta get that smirk in there. And then I want to put some pucker in there. Ooh. Actually, a little bit more left than right. There we go. And then a little bit on both. Wonderful. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do smoke, a bit more smoke too, a bit of big grin, a bit less of jaw closer. There we go. Right on. Okay, so now let's have a look and listen to the main singer of this song. Hang on. Do you want to get the I might actually. Does it? Hang on. That's weird. Interesting. Okay. I guess it's because it's already at max. Like, it doesn't actually add it on. That's interesting. Okay. Because I was expecting, like, Rainbow Dash's voice to be, like, overhyped. Okay, hang on. That'd be why. Let's give that a go. I will also volume mixer. Oh, no, it's already at max. That's fine. I'll turn this up. Hang on, let me.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Okay, so I want to put it up here so that it's about equivalent to my talking voice.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Cool, that's better. Sweet.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Okay, she's actually in a jet plane here, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. What was I was trying to do something. Ah, yes, I was going to lower my song audio. Cool. So let's have a look. Ready?
Tower copies. You are clear for takeoff.
And there is. Okay.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Tower copies. You are clear for takeoff.
Go time.
Hang on, that's a bit loud. Here we go. No, that's fine. If you could guess the artist based on the first couple notes there, I'd be very impressed. Oh, and that's my mic is peaking too. Ah, all right. I don't like it when my mic peaks. Manage sound device. Oh, fucking. Why is Windows 10 settings useless? Why is it at 100? I never like having my microphone at 100. 75. That's like the maximum. Top Gun pony fight. Essentially. I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. Anyway. So, V-dubs on it. Alright, let's actually listen to it. Let's actually listen to it. Whoops. Hang on. Oh, again, I did it. I'll just.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow mane. Standing at the starting line, winter sun shines in my eyes. Goggles on, it's almost time. I'll show them how the rainbow flies. Competition's in my blood. I race against my own ambition. Try to be.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna be doing this song. I think this is a new one that he's putting, and he messaged me and he was like, hey, can you lip sync a song? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, yay, and I'm like, yay, and then that's how we got here. He said specifically, my duder, and I'm like, yes, duder, how do you feel about lip syncing a whole song? And I'm like, interested. And he's like, oh. But anyway. Well, he provided it to me, so. And I did ask, can I stream it? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, yes. All right. So I do like, because what I'm imagining that this song would be in the future is Rainbow's at the Wonderbolts Derby, and she's listening to a song that a fan made to her, and she's mouthing to it. So, as she's flying in the thing. So the communicator's on. She's gonna use the communicator at the beginning because I forgot that was there. And then that's what I think's gonna happen. and then yeah, she's gonna be actually mouthing to the words, because I had discussed before. I was like, who's gonna be singing the song? Is it your OC or is it Rainbow? And he's like, it's gonna be weird if Rainbow was singing it and a male voice was coming out. I'm like, hang on, I can work with this actually. Because I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be doing the motions as well. I'm not sure if he's got someone else on to do the motions, or if this is a classic example of slight miscommunication that's about to occur, where he said, "Do you want to lip sync the song?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can lip sync the song," and not knowing that when one party says lip sync the song, he's like, animate to the song, and when I hear lip sync the song, I'm like, just do the mouth motions. So I'm gonna just do the mouth motions and see what happens at the end when he's like, oh, actually, and I'll be like, haha, I predicted this. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna imagine is gonna happen, because I'm imagining a music video that I may or may not be animating fully, but what I am directing towards is that I'm going to do the lip sync, and then the motions is going to be her at the Wonderbolts Derby, and then at some point, like, this is going to be artistic direction. If I would be the one doing that, at some point it's going to be cutting to a plain background of just clouds with the her opponents behind her and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to be what it's going to be. I don't know. Unless it's going to be like one of those demonstration music videos where it's mostly a still image. I don't know. That's why I'm just doing the lip sync. So
Everyone's looking up to me.
yeah, here we go. So, let's keep going.
Everyone's looking up to me.
One of the things that I really like about Prince Whatever's singing is that he does like to hold on to syllables sometimes.
Everyone's looking up to me.
So
Everyone's looking up to me.
that's 8 syllables in 2 seconds, thereabouts. Yeah, 8 syllables in 2 seconds. Everyone's looking up to me. But that's 8 syllables, but that's not necessarily 8 mouth positions, remember that. But it's 8 syllables in 2 seconds. Whereas I just spent, like, I don't know, 3 seconds and said like 6 million syllables. So I talk really quickly, which is why when you look at some of the things that I've animated, you sort of like, Quillo, you're hurting yourself, and I'm like, I know. Hang on, let's just have a look. Oh yeah, we could do this one. Hang on. But I will like to put in, where is it? Where is me? Where is me? Oh yeah, I could do it. I could do it this one. Short announcement video here. So I could easily extend the actual amount of, if like, and when I'm animating myself, I can easily extend the actual amount of time that an animation goes for if I just speak slower, but I don't speak slow. G'day collaborators, I have an important announcement. So there we go. In 2 seconds, g'day collaborators, I have an important announcement for you. So I usually animate twice as many syllables as what Prince is singing. So I'm like, hey, it could work. But anyway, I am quitting SFM. I'm not joking here. Announcement. I am quitting SFM. That's announcement. I am quitting SFM. Yeah, I'm not joking there. Like I am quitting SFM. Like that's 7 syllables, right? But even then, that was only like, that was about 10 seconds, right? But the way that I actually speak, you know, there's a lot of like, yeah, there's just a lot of syllables that I gotta do. But yeah, this is not a joke. I am quitting SFM. Anyway, that is a joke, by the way. The joke is that I'm saying that it's not a joke that I'm quitting SFM. I'm so clever. And if we just actually, if we just look at another one that I animated as well, let's have a look.
Hello, everyone. I do hope that you're all staying safe out there, and by out there, I of course mean inside. Staying inside is one of the most important things that we can do right now, what with social distancing and all of that. And take it from me, staying inside isn't all that bad. I did it for quite a while.
If you haven't seen that one, you're not on my Twitter, so there you go.
Hello, everyone. I do hope that you're all staying.
I just appreciate like the scene build here. Like I was specifically setting it up as if, hang on, fucking. Mum has like 6 million different phones, and they're all linked to the same thing. So those ding me that you can hear in the background is one of her phones that she just keeps on her desk, and it just keeps going off, and I'm like, stop it. Anyway, but I specifically I did put a lot of work into the scene build because Sunburst sort of looks to me like a the type of nerd who would like go out of his way to like attend conventions or something like that, and he wants to collect all of the like Power Ponies models that you can see in the back here, but he will never have actually a full set because he'd like start collecting and be like, oh, I got distracted by things, and then he'll keep doing the things that he gets distracted by, and then eventually the run of models there will get out of production, and then he's got probably would be the type to not actually pursue getting a full set, just having most of it there. Because it's like, oh, I've got my thing here, and everyone's charging like $600 to get, you know, the Philly Second model. Like the Philly Second model is so expensive now because it, you know, there was only a limited run, and there was one where they accidentally got the red pigment of the color wrong, so it's actually a slight mauve color, and that's for some reason is like 600 times more expensive, and I just don't have the time to work. I'm just still working on my studies here, so. Being the vizier, royal vizier to the Crystal Empire. Yeah, so I can imagine that he would have some of the set, but he wouldn't actually have the full set, you know? So that's why I'm like, huh. But yeah, so you can see immediately.
Hello, everyone. I do hope.
In 2 seconds, there's like a hell of a lot of mouth motions. So if we go back to Shifm. What's going on in the chat? Hang on. Move this back. 1 sec. Cool. Move this back up. Cool. Hi, Cadet. Yes, you do recognize that. Yes, because you're on my Twitter. Never seen this one. I noticed that it's unlisted and have not found it on Twitter either. Well, now that I noticed it on Twitter, not saying it doesn't show up. I meant I didn't know that it shows on Twitter only. Yeah. It's the one because Ian Hanlon, voice of Sunburst, actually made a little video telling people stay indoors, you bastards, but in the kindest way he could because it's Sunburst. And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna throw my animating skills into the ring, and Ian was like, hey, that's cool, and I'm like, hey, thanks.
Everyone's looking.
All right, cool. So at some point between here and there, I'm gonna put another facial position in here. And this is when she's now serious. She's serious Rainbow, which means she has a little bit of a smirk still. I'm actually going to pucker that in, actually. Alright, cool.
Everyone's looking up.
Alright, so...
Everyone's looking up to me.
Alright. Let's stop procrastinating. Get to it. And the other part about song let's stop procrastinating, immediately starts procrastinating again. Alright. But yeah, one of the other things that I like about lip syncing to songs is that there's a lot of repeated words. it's just buzzing. Oh, I know. One second. I've got a single glove here. I'm going to put the phone on the glove so the vibrations stop reverberating through the table. Because that's how that works. And that's not just a Wombo reference, no, that's literally how that works. The reason why I can hear the vibrations is because it's resonating through the table. So the V actually starts here. And I actually want to continue this E here. Sound. Hang on, I need to refresh SFM because it's starting to do silly things. Everyone's looking up to me. I don't know the words. Prince whatever has a stroke for 3 hours. You're not wrong. That it really do be like that though. Can I commission you to do my Twitch overlay things? Potentially. Of course it depends on what the Twitch overlay things are. But sure, give it a shot. Because like I could imagine like having an actual sleepy cadet pone in the corner. That'd be really cool. Face bones actually. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, of course, because I.
Everyone's
Okay. Okay, I'm going too far into the matrix. No idea what to do for setting up notifications. How to meditate. So you're talking about like this thing. I don't know how to do much of this actually. Because like when it comes to like just having the chat up there, that is actually just a so like I can put together something, but it's actually just a web browser that goes into the pop out of that. Yeah. But I could probably set up I could probably send you I could send you. Can I send you actually? Can I even like export a scene like the way the thing is built up? Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Oh no, it's blacked out. All right. Yeah, but like when it comes down to it, like if I on OBS there's this thing called browser, and I'm gonna test. Boom, and it's literally just like a web browser in OBS. Like you can go to youtube.com and it'll load up youtube.com in the web browser. And then you right click on the source and press interact, and then you can actually like do things with it. You know, like I'm now just interacting with the thing. And the way I set up the chat on the right here is by going to my YouTube, and then screen. There we go. So getting this web browser, if I just put this over to the right and cover my disgusting face, if I go to my my actual Livestream controller, over here, pop out chat. So now I've got this pop out, copy this link, close this window, so it's back in here so I can actually read it. And then back in OBS, stop interacting with that. If I go back to OBS, ooh, live stream scene, test, this one. So I'm gonna bring this back up so you can see it. Go test, and then in properties, in the link, paste that, okay. And now I've got a live stream chat there. And then the important thing to remember is that with the actual, you actually need to set the window size properly. So I think, I can't remember exactly the dimensions of that one, but if I have a look at the properties here, it's 400 by 1200 essentially. So I get the test, yep. So 400 by 1180, cool. And that makes it this size. And then I add just a filter to it, which is a crop filter, crop and pad, and then I just get rid of all of this stuff on the right. So the right, I just crop that out. On the top, I just cropped the top out to get rid of the top chat part, but you don't really need to get rid of the top chat bit because it's outside of the thing anyway. And the similar thing to the bottom, but since the way that I've set it up is that the chat is actually above my picture at the bottom, I like having it exactly where it is. So if I get this crop up here, it's slowly doing it. It's slowly doing it. It's doing it at some point. It's doing it. It's doing it. Cool. No, that's all right. And then you just kind of position it, and then bink. There we go. I got texture, and then you just put your border in front of it. There. Woo. So that's how I made the chat thingy. Twitch is a lot different, and when it comes to like the thing I want to learn how to do, because I don't actually know, is probably what you are asking. When it comes to like when someone follows you on Twitch, it comes up with a little and it says, Bingus is following me. Whoa, thanks Bingus for following me. I don't know how to set that up. I really don't. I don't have the skill. Someone put my mic fucking... I'm yelling at everyone now because fucking... Why is it back up to 100? I forgot. SFM does weird things. Yeah, that's my bad. I keep forgetting that every time I open up SFM, it resets my fucking audio level. Shout out to Bingus for the follow. Yep. Okay, let me just yes, remove test, and then remove this part. There we go. I just love it how that's the first like made up name. Shout out to Bingus. Quillo laughs at the name Bingus for an hour straight. Anyway. Okay, cool. So let's get Bingus. Okay, so I want to have the shout out to Bingus colorized. I want to have the R sound bleeding through the V sound. I'm zoomed in too much. So I need to increase the O here, reduce the O here. Excellent. There we go. And I can get rid of that one. And then I can get rid of the grin here. There we go. Hello, MJ's Film Co. How is it sliding and riding? I thought it was animating watch, not one. I'm dingus. Bingus. It's gonna keep coming up at like. God damn it. Oh, itchy nose. Oh. I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, I could wax philosophical about how I don't think streaming would necessarily affect someone's tax rates that much. But I don't know American tax codes, so I don't know. I imagine if you're not actually getting any income from streaming, then it wouldn't affect your taxes at all. If you're not selling anything on Twitch, then it's not going to affect your taxes at all.
Everyone's looking up to me. Everyone's looking up to me. Everyone's
Not in the US. Where are you then? What is your exact positional coordinates? Non-famous horse SFMer doxes stream audience. Yeah, I mean that's fair. One of the other things that's important to understand the difference between is upload and then download, because most internet companies, I don't know how the internet companies work elsewhere, but most companies measure the amount of internet you're downloading to determine what your data cap is and whatnot, not necessarily the amount of internet you're uploading. So when it comes to streaming, streaming uses mostly uploading. Like if I have a look at my network activity at the moment, my Ethernet, my sending is 9.5 megabits per second, but my receiving is only 632 kilobits a second. So I'm receiving a hell of a lot less than I'm sending, which I think is the important bit. But well, maybe you should not be downloading terabytes of homework on your parents' PC. I mean, that's just me. I prefer to wait till I'm at school to download my homework. My terabytes of homework. Ew. Okay, so the teeth clipping through the mouth here. I do want to avoid that a bit. Yeah, that's better. That wasn't necessarily a big deal. I didn't really have to point it out, eh?
Everyone's looking up to me. Everyone's looking up to me.
Yeah, streaming is uploading instead of downloading, and that's also one of the other factors that you need to consider as well. Most internet connections are actually favoring downloading as opposed to uploading. So I do recommend going to like speedtest.net or just googling internet speed test on Google and then seeing what your upload and download is. For uploading, you need at least like 9 and 10 megabits per second upload speed. I have the fortune of having, let's have a look. Wow, this is a really slow day. The internet's very slow today. It's incredibly slow. Yep, that's very slow. Oh, yep. And I'm barely on the airwaves at the moment. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I used to, back when I was living up in Brisbane, have, I used to have like 0.13 megabits per second download and 0.3 megabits per second upload. So it was not tenable at all. It would take a good hour to load a YouTube video, that sort of thing. That's what I was like walking with. And then the NBN rolled around, and then Mum was like, oh, let's get the super fast internet. And so now a slow day for me is 413 megabits a second download and 26 megabits a second upload. I am rolling in the internet. Anyway. No, legit. You just Google speed test. Hang on. Let me Google that for you. Is it .com? It's .app. Speed test. Here we go. Here we go. This is actually a really easy way to post. Hang on, where's my thingy? This is actually. I don't mean to have this as a sardonic sort of thing. But like, it is actually a good way to post a Google search without all of the guff that Google puts into the link. So you can use this. I don't mean to have it as like a but like I just find it's amusing. Is it actually? Yeah, there we go. Oh no! Oh, it's okay. Hang on. No, wait. Hang on. I don't want it. Oh, don't do it like. Oh. I'd liked it better when it was when it did it automatically. But I guess like I guess it is trying to make it more sarcastic. But I did like it when it did it automatically. So sorry. So it's not a good way to shorten Google links. So google.com. And then speed test. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to copy this one. That one should work better. Here we go. There we go. That's probably a bit better. So if we follow this link. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Excellent. Sweet. So that's better. Sorry, because I remember that. Let me Google that for you. When back in the day, if you send someone that link that I said before, that let me Google that for you, it will like it'll open up a Google web page inside the web page, and then it will type in you know, the thing that we were doing, and then it will mouse over to search, and then it will just search. And it's like, yeah, that's what I was hoping it would be, but no, it seems like it's actually being more sarcastic, and I'm like, that's not exactly my intention here today. I do intend to be sarcastic sometimes, but not in that moment. But yeah, so if you just search speed test on Google, you'll be able to see, and then you just press run speed test and it'll give you a couple of numbers. the download for specifically streaming, the download is not as important as the upload. The upload needs to be at least 10 or 12 megabits per second. If you want to stream at 1080p 60 frames a second, like I'm doing right now, you need at least maybe like 10 to 12 just to be safe. Currently, my OBS is sending 8 megabits a second, so about 8 to 9 on average. It does variate sometimes, but 8 to 9 on average megabits a second. Let's see what you have. Hang on. Yeah, 56 down and 17 up is really good. That's a decent amount for streaming. But the important part as well is to know precisely the in and outs of what your internet service provider is actually allowing you to do. Because if they're just measuring brute force the amount of megabits that's coming through your signal, then that would cover both down and up. But if they specifically state, you've got a cap on your downloads, but your upload is uncapped, then streaming should be fine. But that's just something that you have to figure out, something that you'll need to learn about your internet service provider. So. Or your ISP, as we say here in the hood, in the veritable hood, as it were. Because I think, like, I could imagine that, I don't know what's going to happen with this project. Oh, speedrun. You have to speedrun your internet. You have to internet any percent speedrun world record. I love it. Well, I mean, it seems as though Cadet's doing a speedrun of Twitch. The fact that she started streaming has like over 80 followers, which is brilliant at the moment. So, if by the way, if you're not following Cadet Redshirt on Twitch, you should follow Cadet Redshirt on Twitch, because she gets really embarrassed the more people she has. Dream speedruns the internet. Like, he seems like, I think the speedrun he's running is from no one knowing him to fame, and now he's on the notoriety speedrun portion. I'm not sure if he's going to take the absolute defamation route, or if he's actually going to take the like the fame from notoriety route. But that's something that has to happen in the future. So currently you've got a whole swath of the internet hating him, and it depends on whether or not this swath of the internet hating him will actually propel him further, or if it'll actually make him go down. So he's got two different paths to choose, and in the any percent run, either of those are valid. But so it just depends on yeah, what happens in the future, how it happens. The problem with trying to speedrun internet is that it is very RNG based, because, like, you know, the way that the AI is set up to either determine whether or not you're going to rise or fall seems to be almost completely arbitrary. And then you have some players of the game of internet, you have some players that kind of reach a certain level of notoriety and then just kind of stagnate no matter what they do, and that has a lot to do with the RNG. And it's very difficult, and it's essentially at the point where you realize that it's just stagnated, you may as well just start a new run at that point, because that's essentially the run lost. You'll spend so much time, you will lose hours to just the stagnation effect. So that's why some any percenting internet is so difficult. That's why any percenting internet is so difficult.
Everyone's looking up to me.
Yeah, that's why any percenting internet is so difficult, because it's very heavily RNG based. And the hardest bit is that it's actually impossible to determine it's actually impossible to game the RNG because it changes all the time. Like, the developers are still working on it, and they're very, very stringent at not giving out the source code for internet. You know, if it was based on the source engine, it'd be a lot friendlier because that community is a little bit easier. And they're like, yeah, and there are a lot of source games that specifically keep things like speedrunning tactics in because that's part of the fun. So a lot of source games have things like bunny hopping in it because of the fact that it just adds to the enjoyment. But when you've got a closed source game like internet, where the developers just keep changing the rules of the game all the time, it becomes very inconsistent to try and speedrun it, which is why you won't exactly find a speedrun category in things like the speedrunning websites for internet. Because of the fact that it just keeps changing all the time. And so it's hard to actually knuckle down a strategy. And that's one of the reasons why the fame or the... what's the other one called? The fame, because it's not necessarily notoriety, because notoriety is one of the stages that you have to get to. Fame is where you know, that's at like Mr. Beast and PewDiePie levels. That's where they're at the moment. But PewDiePie's been working on his run for a very long time, and he's still at the years section of how long his run is taking. Mr. Beast did speedrun it a little bit quicker, but he hasn't quite actually made it to the completion stage. And of course, T-Series was just hacking their entire way of it, and so their run doesn't count. So that's why they're not. I don't even consider their run as valid. Yeah, no, Dream was doing quite well in his run, but the destination of either fame or infamy, I suppose, the evil route is a little bit difficult. It's a little bit harder to achieve because once there's a certain part, you get to fame and then you get idolization and all that sort of good stuff, and all of that will continue your growth. But when you get to infamy, there's a lot of actual sections there in which, there's a position where you get to infamy and then you hike all the way back up. And then because you get the infamy and then you get the sympathetic route, or you can get the infamy and then the unsympathetic route or something like that. But there's just too many different sort of courses you can take. And so that's why there's a lot of different avenues to take with the Internet World Record speedrun. Internet any percent. No, the camera's this way, so you're fine. I don't exactly keep up with a lot of things because I'm not exactly sure what happened with Pro Jared, because I know that he was doing well in the fame run, and then he had that one hit that took him pretty much all the way down into the infamy run, and I can't exactly remember where his run ended up. So, yeah. Because again, and that's another thing about world record any percent runs, is that it's just for internet. It says that it's so inconsistent. So your phone, that little iPhone 4, it constantly dings and buzzes and all that sort of stuff. So I silenced it and put the glove under it so it would stop vibrating. I'm like, ah. And it seemed to have worked because I couldn't hear it anymore, so... I did put it on silent, but it was still vibrating. How did I get here? That tangent. Any percent speedrun road record. Oh yeah, that's right, because we were talking about speed tests and you saw the speedrun. Okay, that's fine. Because like there are some tactics, and the trying to any percent internet as an animator class is incredibly difficult. There was a period of time where the metagame was playing as the vlogger class, and that seems to have stagnated quite a bit. I think the meta is actually changing, because I mean, the developers of internet decided, oh hey, let's well actually I say internet, but really it's just YouTube, which is a specific DLC of internet, a free DLC. So I'm really glad that they added that as an extension. But yeah, so there was the vloggers period, but then I think fucking Logan and Jake Paul decided to mess that up, and so that made that class not viable, or at least the same tactics that they were using is no longer viable, and so we entered into the, well, I think originally it was the Let's Player. That's why PewDiePie is so good. But his fame is now self-perpetual. So now the fact that his run was doing so well, and he was actually competing with someone who was hacking to do well on his any percent was incredible. And so his fame status was self-perpetuating amongst all of the Let's Player clan, but also in the vlogging and other parts of the community of YouTube. DLC of the internet. And so that's why I think that PewDiePie currently is the holder of the world record title for the internet any percent speedrun, and T-Series just doesn't count, so. Have you silenced the madness? Oh, okay. Good. Yes.
To me,
Alright.
everyone's looking up to me. Nichols, no one's looking up. Looking up. Looking up. Looking up.
When the SFM is working, calm. When the SFM crashes, anyway, to meme. Okay, so usually what I like to do when it comes to lip syncing is to animate all of the sounds, as I was saying before. However, if what I'm thinking about this, how this is going to turn out is going to be true, where Rainbow is actually lip syncing to the song, I don't actually need to animate because the actual mouth position that Prince would have made in order to make this sound here, would have been like that, you know, it's because he's exhaling the rest of his sound here. Looking up to me, and that is different. It's a different facial position to the E sound. Looking up to me. And I'm exaggerating it, but you can sort of see it. Looking up to me. It sort of has that, you know, the mouth open sort of position. But if Rainbow's just lip syncing to the song, then you can say, then you can do the.
Looking up to me.
Well, I'm a bad example because I do like lip syncing all of the sounds and not just the song. But if I actually turn the music back on.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be.
Yeah, so you can sort of see what I'm talking about there. When you're actually lip syncing a song, if you're not actually singing it, there's a difference between singing it and lip syncing it. When you're lip syncing it, you don't necessarily need to put in all of the emphasis on the actual like human, the biological things that you need to do in order to sing. So breathing in and out, for instance. So you don't need to worry about breathing in and out when you're lip syncing.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be.
So yeah, so I'm not going to put that in this one. I always make a big deal about how you need to put in the biological motions of lip syncing, and my favorite example is always the Overwatch short reunion with Jesse McCree. And there's this one line when McCree says, "Oh, they're changing his name," but when the cowboy, I want his name to be Mercer McCready. That's what I want his name to be, Mercer McCready. because then that takes the name away from him and puts it into Matt Mercer. Mercer McCready. I really want that to be his name. Could we petition Overwatch to change his name to Mercer McCready? Outside of that, but when the cowboy, fucking people ruining shit. So when he says, I knew you couldn't resist a good tip. I think. Well, Ash.
Jesse McCree. Been a while. Right.
Well, Ash.
Hang on. Let's bring this up into focus. This is the example I always like using.
I've been kind of busy.
We're pretty big.
So, yeah, okay, so I can use that as an example. So this is one of those biological parts of actual lip syncing, but this also puts towards the voice acting side of things as well. There's a big difference to hang on a sec. One sec, guys, one sec. So, let's just listen to the actual thing here for a sec.
I've been kind of busy.
So just that, I've been kind of busy. There's a big difference between I've been kind of busy and I've been kind of busy. It's hard to enunciate well around a cigar, right? I've been kind of busy. Because you can't make the B sound. Busy. I imagine a cowboy who's been smoking his entire life could probably be able to speak a little bit better around the cigar, but as it comes down to it, it's difficult to make a solid B sound with something in your mouth. I'm kind of busy. Well, ass. I'm kind of busy. So it's difficult to make that sort of B sound there. But the thing that I always point towards,
This score.
what I like to do with lip sync is actually this
You
point.
best move on now.
All I want
Hang on.
is that crate.
No, hang on. Wait.
You've never been one
wait.
to shy away from a good tip.
Hey,
Here it is. So there's a little sound. I need to turn up this. Turn it. It's going to be very loud. So 1 second.
convenient you showing up today.
Yeah, you've never been one to shy away from a good tip.
There it is. You can hear in the lip sync, in the voice, that Matt actually says, "You've never been one to shy away from a good tip." Tip. The mouth opens. In the lip sync, however,
Today.
Yeah, you've never been one to shy away from a good tip.
Hey,
McCree mouths tip. Never been one to shy away from a good tip. But Matt actually says, never been one to shy away from a good tip. There's a big difference between the actual biological sounds that's being made here. And now you can't unsee it, so that's fun. But that's what I automatically see. And now I'm not saying that the animators behind the Overwatch short are bad because they missed that little one sound. No, look, I am putting a microscope on one individual little segment out of an entire 8-minute short that is crafted masterfully. And I'm putting a microscope to this one little segment saying, "Ha, you missed that, ha." I'm not saying that in any way the animators behind Overwatch are bad at their job. I am absolutely not saying that. They are wonderful. But they do miss a little bit of things. Even God misses things.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's That's just what I say. That's what I point out to, and that's why I, and usually when it comes to lip sync like this, I would always animate the and the and the and all of that sort of the ending of words. I always try to put that into my animation because it makes it seem more natural. You don't really see it all the time, but you do notice it a little bit. You might look at that. You may have looked at that and was like, something off about that. You may have, might have. You're like, oh, probably didn't even notice it at all. But when you do actually think about those sorts of things, you're like, oh yeah, that's why. But here, I'm not actually going to be animating the biological process for words anymore. So I'm not actually going to be animating that because of the fact that she's not actually singing it. She's lip syncing it.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Tower copies. You are
Across the board.
I actually, when it comes to the tongue here, tongue boons, I actually... So I do actually want to, yeah, so
what happened here? Right, of course. Of course, that's my bad. Right, of course.
now I could do it based off of actually linking it to the thing, but I'm a dingus.
tower copies. You are clear for takeoff.
Go time.
Yeah, because you can see on board the ending of the word
Rainbow,
board.
green across the board.
And you can see a big difference between what I'm animating her actually talking and when I'm animating her lip syncing to a song.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always...
Even then, my brain's just like, hey, breathe out there. You need to put the breathing out. And I'm like, no, I'm trying not to. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one. Mute. Good.
Where I've always wanted to be.
Alright, cool.
Everyone's looking up to me.
Okay. But then I realize if she's gonna be flying during this, she's gonna be breathing. So, like, again, there's that point of the fact that she might not be actually saying this, but she is actually still breathing because she's probably going to be flying. Shut up. But I'm not going to animate the jaw opening for the breathe in on where I've always wanted to be.
Where I've...
Okay. I need to go for a bit. I'll be right back.
BRB, dudes. This is not BRB. I'm just gonna put that one there. I'm just gonna like
BRB. Whoosh. Done. Ha ha ha. Wah. that name's been changed because of reasons. So, I'm not sure if this is an Australian thing. Does anyone know if they have these in the States and what these are called? What are these called? They are chocolate covered in coconut and they've got a marshmallow inside. So if I just... marshmallow. Do you have this in America? What am I American? Do I have any Americans in my chat? I usually just assume that I do because that's where 99% of my viewership is from.
Where are hands looking up to me? Where I've always.
So what country are you in? That's what I should have asked before.
Where I've always.
Oh, again, I'm doing it.
Where I've always.
Are you in Russia? Are you in the UK? Are you in Spain? Are you in Barcelona? Not the country Barcelona, the planet Barcelona. I need to... Streamer continuously attempts to dox audience. No, but you're doing a smart thing by not telling people what kind. I mean, not giving any information whatsoever. So you are doing a smart thing. The only reason why I'm curious is because I want to know, like, if that thing I was eating is something that is actually being sold overseas. If it's an Australian thing or if it's an overseas thing. Oh no, my music turned off. Focus. Another 2 hours. I need more time.
Where I've always wanted to, where I've always wanted to, where I've always wanted to be, where I've always wanted to, up to me, where I've always. Where I've always wanted to me, where I've always wanted to be, where I've always wanted to be, always want. Always want.
And now enters the portion of the stream where Quillo says nothing for an extended period of time. We have entered into the working zone. Here it is. Shut up. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so now, hang on. Here we go. Alright, cool. We have now entered this portion of the stream in which Quillo says nothing at all. We are now entering the working zone. If you don't know what that song is, that's Lemino Cypher. That's the background music that Lemino made for his Cicada 3310 video. So if you want to find that music piece in particular, all you have to do is just search up Lemino 3310. It's good stuff. I'll type in Lemino. There we go. that's the artist, Lemino. My favorite. All right, real quick. Another tangent time. Where's my screen? There it is. Cool. So my absolute favorite one of, like, this little segment of one of Lemino's thing is actually in the Bermuda Triangle video, and that is the way that he actually did the title drop. It's amazing.
To Florida, as well as the two islands of Puerto Rico and Bermuda. If this triangular shape seems almost arbitrarily selected, it's because it was. The author makes no attempt to justify this. And why would you? Argosy was targeting a very specific crowd. Those who seek to be entertained by mysteries, not those who seek to understand them. The Bermuda Triangle is, and has always been, a mystery for mystery's sake. The very definition of a legend.
Ah, it's fucking good. It's so fucking good. Yeah, that's just my favorite synthesis of his videos and his music. Same guy, by the way, doing both the music and the video of this. And like the title drop.
For mystery's sake, the very definition of a legend.
Ah, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway. This is Brain.fm, by the way. I bought a lifetime I bought a lifetime subscription to it way back when it first started coming out. It was $150 US. I do not regret it at all. Currently, I don't think they're offering it anymore. They're offering it based on a subscription base, but I do highly recommend picking it up because the soundscapes it offers is fantastic. Like, look at all. It's not sponsored, by the way. This is not sponsored by Brain FM. This is just what I use. And currently I'm listening to their randomly selected focus one. Let's just have a look. But they've got a whole bunch of other different soundscapes to use. And they all fit specific time amounts. So when you go back to home and it says, oh, I want to relax and I want to quick relax for 15 minutes, and it just starts. And I think I remember hearing that the specifics behind their music is that it's designed to target specific like brain waves and resonance in your skull and your brain and whatnot. I don't know if it works, but it's doing something. I don't know if it's like physically, biologically, scientifically proven to work, but hey, it's doing something, so I'm happy with it. The one that I particularly like, I think it was electronic music, but they did add a whole bunch more. Oh, they've got lo-fi focus. Hang on. E.E. Cummings. I've reached peak comedy. They've got classical focus, which is also pretty cool. I guess it's just droning. I guess. But electronic music focus, I think, is the one that it usually chooses for me. But I do quite like the classical focus, so I'll put it back to that. Cool. So I'll leave that there, and I'll go back to my work. Wonderful. Streaming made you come to hate most lo-fi? Everyone is just putting it in their streams, are they? Fair enough. So you relied entirely on lo-fi for your streaming music, correct? And so that's the only thing that you heard for a good long while. And you were like, ugh, I hate it now. I do like keeping that little cheeky one-sided smirk in her lip sync here. Oh, my back. Maybe you should get a check. Okay, so this is another one of those examples of the biologics behind actually... There's sand. Why is there sand in this whiteboard marker? Interesting. Talking back about the biologics of singing, you can hear when Prince has his mouth closed. That little humming sound, that's him making the B sound. But he doesn't just have his mouth open this entire time and then B. That little sound that you're hearing in the end that sounds like sort of thing, which in order to make that sound you need to have your mouth open, but that little sound that you hear in the background is actually reverb. So it's this sound here. It's that sound there carried along with the reverb. So that's one thing you have to worry about. You have to worry about when animating lip sync. You want to lip sync to the actual sounds and not the reverbs of the sounds that you should be lip syncing to. But again, Rainbow Dash isn't singing this, she's lip syncing to it. I guess I could just keep going as if she was singing it, so. when you're walking in the outback and you stumble across a beehive. Yeah, when you're walking around outside and you hear buzzing. Yeah.
Wanted to be where I've always wanted to be. Where I've always wanted to be.
So I think I might.
Me. Where I've always.
Just get rid of this one. Yeah.
Where I've always wanted to be.
Not the bees! Hi, my name's Michael with a B, and I've been scared of insects my entire life. Stop. Where? What? Where's the bee? There's a bee? Or I should say, there's a... Anyway.
The crowd wanted to be. The crowd's The crowd's chanting my name. Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name. The crowd.
My least favorite sound to make is always the TH in the... Any TH sound I despise. Primarily because it's usually very difficult to get the tongue in the correct position. Especially on the male models. The male models is terrible for that, but...
The crowd's chanting my name. The crowd.
Hang on. It's another game that has a... There's a game that has a really nice soundtrack. I wonder if I can play it. I don't know. If you guys can guess where this soundtrack is from, I'll be very impressed.
Bring your business online and start selling.
Eligible.
There we go.
The crowd's chanting. The crowd. The crowd's chanting. The crowd's chanting.
It's a fun game, a fun soundtrack. If you can guess, if you know where that's from, go ahead and say it out. But otherwise, I don't want to tempt the copyright gods too much. I've already tempted it. Let's be real. Usually game soundtracks are a little bit more chill with how you use them, but it's not guaranteed. I know the Homeworld 2 soundtrack is easier, but you might not know where it's from, because this is a game that's at least 10 years old now. Let's have a look. It's 11 years old. Yep, it's 11 years old. It came out in the same year that MLP did. Yep, but at the start of the year as opposed to the end of the year. Yeah. It was back in the days of, I would say, the golden age of indie games, to be honest. I probably would say the golden age of indie games. I'm sorry, I've got completely distracted and I'm looking for a specific email that I may or may not have gotten so far. 31st of August. Here we go. So I'll look at this one entirely, alright. Here it is. So I got that one. Yep. 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 Okay, I haven't gotten an email. I haven't gotten an email I'm specifically waiting for. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I don't care. I don't mind. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, I turned down... I'm going to turn down my desktop again and turn up my mic. I specifically turned down my mic because I don't like it when it peaks. Because it's very bad. At the moment, as I'm looking at my... Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm going to turn down the sound again more. I'm gonna turn up SFM. Hello. Okay. Hi. All right. Sweet. Because I'm trying to like equalize what I'm hearing for me and what I'm hearing on the desktop, and also what the visuals is displaying down in my OBS mixer here. So as I'm talking, I'm reaching just at the top of the green area, just almost getting into yellow, so it's negative 20 decibels, where 0 is maximum information and nothing's coming through, essentially. And when I'm scrolling through this, it's going to like maybe at 30, negative 30, which is like 4/5 of the way across the green bar and almost at the yellow. It's hard. It's definitely hard trying to get that sort of information across, because
It's bad. It's very bad.
anyway. SFM's doing the thing again. Okay, one moment. Hello, Film Shot Studios. How is it rocking and or rolling? Hopefully it is rocking and or rolling quite well, considering.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as
That's right. I'll do all the rocking on my end. Seems. You do hear a prince. You do hear a prince indeed. It's one of the... I should probably get into more song lip syncing, because look, I'm already 40 seconds of the way through. Like, the entire song is about 200 seconds, and I'm already 40 seconds of the way through. That's a whole eighth. Is that a quarter? An eighth. I can't remember. Divided by... It's a fifth. It's a fifth of the way through. 200 divided by 10 is 20, times 2 is... 200 divided by 10 is 20, times 2 is 40. So therefore, divided by 10 times 2, you get 5. You get 100, you divide it by 10 times 2, you get 5. Or you get 10, you divide it by 10 times 2 times 5, it's 5. I don't know how exactly that mathematics works, but it works. You know, you get your total amount, and then you do divisions and multiplications to get to the number, and then you just grab the number from that. Like if you wanted to get from say 60 to 15, and you wanted to figure out what that was, you can divide it by 2 to get 30, and then divide it by 2 again, you get 2 and 2, and you get 15. But if you wanted to get something like 22, for instance, you divide it by 3 to get 20, and then you divide that 20 by 10 to get 2, and then you add that together, so it's 3.1 is 60. So 60, is it 0.33? Would it be 0.33? Yeah, 60 divided by 2.1. No, that's not right. Divided by 3.1. No. Is it? It wouldn't be 2.9. No, it's 2.6666666. Yeah. Maybe 67? No. 7. 8. 9. Oh no, it's in between 6 and 7. 6, 7, 7 and 8, 8, 8, 5. No, 7, 7, 5, 7, 4. I don't know how I got here. But yeah, that's how you can estimate things like multiplications and all that sort of stuff. So you go to 200. And to get to 40, you need to divide it by 10 and then times it by 2, right? And then when you get something that is, if you get 10, divide it by 10, you get 1, times you get 2, you get 2. However, if you do 10 divided by 2, you get 5. So 200 divided by 10 times by 2 gets the number you're looking for. And so you do 10 divided by 2 and you get 5. So 40 is 1/5 of 20. I don't know how to explain that mathematics course, which is just something I've been doing all the time. Anyway, bye Red Arrow, I'll see you in a bit. Quarter to 2020, 2,200. Quarter to 2,200. 2,200.
Standing at the starting line.
Yeah.
Aim as win, aim as aim, 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 aim,
Rain blows through my rainbow name. Okay.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow mane. As wind.
Oh, wind blows. My dings. It sort of still works though. Abajibs. Dabibs. It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. Said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control and I need you now. It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. I can't find the remote. I've checked everywhere, including the couch. And I know that you are scary good. I need that remote now. I thought it was rain blows through my rainbow mane, but no, wind blows through my rainbow mane is a lot better.
Blows through my rain as wind blows through my rainbow mane. Blows through.
There's another TH sound. It always looks weird.
rain, blows through my rain, blows through my rain. Through my rain, blows through my rain, blows through my rain. Blows through my rain, booming through my rain. Standing at the...
Here we go.
Everyone's looking up to me where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow mane. Standing at mane. Rainbow mane. Blows through my rainbow mane. Standing at the starting line.
I need to listen to the song for a little bit. Hang on.
Winter sun shines in my eyes. Goggles on, it's almost time. I'll show them how the rainbow flies. Competition's in my blood. I race against my own ambition. Try to beat me if you can. Too late to back down, you should take my advice. It'll mess with awesome. No surprise, we both know the outcome. To be dreaming. Light in 20. Life is a race, I refuse to be alone. Goggles on, it's almost time. I'll show them how the rainbow flies. Competition's in.
I am saving regularly, by the way. That is definitely a thing I am 100% doing.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow mane. Standing at the starting line, winter sun shines in my eyes. Goggles on, it's almost time. I'll show them how the rainbow flies. Competition's in my blood. I race against my own ambition. Try to beat me if you can. Too late to back down, you should take my advice. It'll mess with awesome. No surprise, we both know the outcome. Step into me, you gotta be dreaming. Left in the dust.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because, like, I was thinking, like, how much of this is Rainbow flying, how much of this is Rainbow preparing to fly? And I was like, I was listening to the lyrics.
My name as wind blows through my rainbow mane.
So Rainbow mentions wind blowing through her mane here. And that's something that would happen if she's flying. But she's not flying at the moment.
Standing at the starting line.
She's standing at the starting line. So she's in the stadium and there's wind blowing through it. She's standing at the starting line and she's waiting to run now.
Winter sun shines in my eyes. Goggles on, it's almost time. I'll show them how the rainbow flies. Competition's in my
Yeah, so at this point I'm imagining that they're getting ready to roll and race against my own ambition. I'm imagining for like the music video for this, as the other Wonderbolts are lining up and the camera's like swiping between them, when Rainbow says racing against their own ambition, oh, that'd be cool. It'd like, you know, so Rainbow's at the front, Soren, and then run Spitfire or whatever, and as the camera sees Soren and Spitfire in the background, or Fleetfoot and Spitfire, whatever, as the camera moves to the right, as Rainbow looks to the right behind her, it turns Spitfire into Rainbow Dash in the Wonderbolts Academy uniform, and then as it goes to the other side, it'll turn to Rainbow Dash without a uniform, but like noticeably younger or whatever. So she's racing against her past selves essentially, because that's all it is to Rainbow. It's not that she's egotistical; it's that she's always trying to do better than what she's done previously, and that's personified, I imagine, in that music video that's playing in my head as I'm listening to this. That's how that would be. But yeah. Anyway.
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow mane. Standing at the start.
Cool. And then, you see, the thing that I always, my brain immediately goes towards always like intense emotional sort of thing. And the thing I'm thinking of is that Rainbow, as a very old mare, is listening to this song, remembering her youth. So I'm always going to spin that really depressing sort of like sad emotional aspect to it. And she's overlooking all of her achievements. I could also flip it over to the grimdark type psychotic thing where Rainbow never actually got into the academy and she's only ever dreaming about what she could have done. I love spinning stories like that. At the moment it's all like, yeah, Rainbow Dash, action, and then I'm just like, yeah, but what if? God, why is it so slow? What is my computer doing? Oh, this program OBS Studio is using up a whole bunch of my CPU. I should probably turn it off. I'm thinking I should probably have a break. Hang on. My advice, you don't mess with awesome. No surprise in the name. But it's like 20% cooler. I've got that sleepy noonday mood rockin'. Also, shout out to Juicedane for making the enhanced pony models. Shout out to Genma for making the augmented enhanced pony models. I believe that's Genma made it. Quillo doesn't save regularly. What is this? Oh, I know why. That's so weird. Is it because I have both of them? That's so weird. So if you've got two sound files playing over the top of each other, it causes Steam to lag. It causes SFM to lag. But if you only have one of them, then it will work. Is that because, like, SFM is recursively attempting to make sure that the lyrics doesn't override or max out the sound? If that's the case, then that's fucking cool. Because I was expecting, you know, usually what happens in any sort of sound editing program, like or Sony Vegas or something like that, if you've got, fuck it, I'll just do it. I'll show you. Open up Sony Vegas. Yeah. So if I've got a Sony Vegas program up here, right, and the sound, if I grab the phone, Rainbow Song, cool. So I've got Rainbow Song and Rainbow Song lyrics. If I play Rainbow Song over the top of Rainbow Song lyrics, Rainbow Dash's lyrics is going to be overpowering and clipping and all that sort of stuff. Ready? Listen.
Rainbow, green across the board.
Or she's going to be a lot louder.
Rainbow, green across the board. Rainbow, green across the board. Rainbow, green across the board.
So, and if I...
Everyone's looking up to me, where I've always wanted to be. Everyone's looking up to me.
He's a little bit more mixed into the song now.
The crowd's chanting my name as wind blows through my rainbow man.
And now, like, the vocals were clipping in this section here. And if I turn it off, it's not. So if I go to Source Filmmaker and unmute both the lyrics and the song, it still sounds mixed in. That's so weird. Holy shit. Because if SFM is actually procedurally removing clipping as you're scrubbing through, and if it's procedurally removing segments in which would cause anything to be overpowered as you're like scrubbing through or moving through that, if there's two layers that are playing the same thing and it's amplifying each other, then that's pretty kooky, to be honest. Like that's really powerful technology right there. That is, if it is what I think it is. I'm not sure if it is what I think it is, but it'd be cool if it was. But yeah, that's incredible, and it would explain as well why when you're scrubbing through here, nice and smooth. If I turn on the full sound and turn off the lyrics, same deal. Smooth scrolling. But then if I turn on the lyrics and the sound, it's very glitchy, because it could be using a lot more processing power to prevent the sound files from overpowering each other, causing clipping to occur. Because if that's the case, that's really cool. Like that is incredible engineering there. What's going on here? Why is Sony Vegas? There it is. Huh. But yeah. So sorry, I just have to do that little demonstration again. So you can see how lyrics are turned on and Rainbow Song is turned off. The scroll is very nice and smooth. If I turn on the song, turn off the lyrics, it's still nice and smooth. And then if I turn on the lyrics and the song, it's all jittery and jumping around the place. So yeah, that's incredibly intense engineering for an animation program to procedurally disable sound clipping in elements that have the same sound profile or something like that. I don't know how it works. I don't know what it's actually doing, but clearly something is happening to prevent the lyrics from overpowering the song and causing any sort of clipping or over sounding to occur. So it's really powerful. Shout out to the Source Filmmaker developer that put that in. All right, I'm not going to start this next thing. I do need to, because I'm pretty dead at the moment. So I'm going to stop this stream here. Thanks so very much for joining me here today. I really appreciate it, especially the guys that joined in pretty much as soon as the stream came on. So shout out there to Guadalupe, and shout out to, who's the second person that joined in? Mask Creator and Vuk Kobrivica. Thanks so much for coming in. And Mask Creator, I'm not sure if I said your name before, and Black Flower Summerstar. And of course, thanks for everyone else for turning up, Film Shot, Red Arrow, VDub Thug. But yeah, so I have to end the stream here because I'm a sleepy boy and I need some lunch. I might be doing a video game stream later today. Otherwise, I might not. Just check out the Discord. And I'll tell you if I'm doing anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much all for right now. So thanks so much for coming in. Do check out the Discord if you want a notification of what I'm doing later. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. As wind blows through my rainbow mane. I could listen to the song, or you could listen to my fantastic rendition. Don't run fast, it'll mess with us. Hang on, where's the lyrics? Hang on. My advice, you don't mess with us. No surprise, we both know the outcome. Step into me, must be dreaming, left in the dust. There's no hard feelings, faster than light and 20% cooler. Life is a race, I refuse to be a loser. Here's the answer. Here's the answer. I'll go faster. Bye. Shout out to Bingus, by the way.